In 5, 4, 3, 2. Picking your nose. 1.
Is that for the blooper reel?
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and this is Life with Lindsay. And that's DaddaMonster. You can put them back down. It's been a while since we've had a DaddaMonster video. If you guys are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Lindsay. I do mainly diamond painting and other crafting related content. This is my husband. He is the DaddaMonster.
Hi, that's me.
And he does custom Funkos and is an all-around super dope dude. So I decided to bring him on. For those who are watching this during the premiere, hey, my husband and I are waking up early, so we'll be in the chat chit-chatting with you guys. So that's my reminder to set an alarm.
We'll be chatting the chit.
Yup. Hopefully our tiny human will be asleep. She won't be asleep. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that fun stuff. Hop aboard the Hot Mess Express. Let's have a good time. There's going to be a lot of weird hand motions happening here because we don't know what we're doing.
I may do the Macarena later.
Don't do the Macarena. So total shameless plug. This t-shirt came from my husband's Teespring shop. Everything's listed down below. My t-shirt came from Kartoon Mafia. Anyway, so we are here for those who are celebrating Christmas or who are spending the day without all the people they want around them. I hope that this video brings you a little bit of happiness and joy. I'm going to turn the fan on. Totally was turning on a fan and not doing anything inappropriate. Anyway, so
like
if you guys didn't know, this is my husband. We've been married since 2012.
I look like I don't have a neck because my beard's so long. People are like, is he just all from here down just black?
No, nobody's wondering that. However, if you guys have ever seen any video with my husband, ever, he is always wearing a black t-shirt. As I say, wearing a black t-shirt. So, I thought it might be fun for us to both have our own little whips going. This is not something that's very conducive to the two of us working at a table. We've done that before. We did that for the Mrs. Coffee Challenge. So I'll link that one up in the eye if you guys want to see us both simultaneously working on whips.
At the same time.
Yep, that's what simultaneously means. If it hasn't already gone off the rails, we're gonna go real quick. I'm a mess. My husband is...
I'm a mess.
What was that?
It was a choo-choo.
Oh.
Choo-choo.
I thought you were doing something inappropriate out of the corner of my eye. Never. Stop.
What is inappropriate about this?
I don't know. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Anyway, this is not scripted. This is not anything. This is just us.
Next page of lines. Okay, cool. Flip. Yep, thank you.
So, do you want to show the people what you're working on?
I will.
Okay, so while you grab that, I'm going to grab... I actually have a crochet project. Will I be crocheting while we chat? Oh, there's my mask. Good to know. You can grab it. It's fine. I am currently working on a patchwork sweater. This is one of the patches. This is the Red Heart Super Saver primary stripes, I think. I decided to do this, which I'm going to be completely honest with you. The amount of any work getting done is probably none. If you guys hear what sounds like elephant stomps happening, that's our daughter. Okay, go ahead.
So I have a couple different things. I'm currently working on everything looks tiny in my hands, so please excuse the tininess of everything.
Do you want me to bring it to the camera closer? Oh, you can do it too.
It's Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption. It'll be available.
In his soon. Etsy. Also linked in the description.
On my Etsy.
Oh, on your eBay. Sorry, on his eBay.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't listen to me.
This one will be available on my Etsy. I'm finishing up another Dr. House one. I still got to put the cane in and finish his shirt. And then what I'll be working on is, this is the body of Chester Bennington. I'll be doing the tattoos.
I'll put a picture up of him right here if you guys don't know what he looks like.
Me?
No, everybody can see what you look like. I shouldn't say everybody. Everybody who's looking at this can see what you look like. This has been, just so you guys know, this is my craft space. My husband's is over there. But in order for us to film, I had to empty the chair that he's sitting on, which usually just carries junk. Put all the junk onto my table. And then because my husband, if you can't tell from the way we're sitting, he's a foot taller than me. So we have to finagle the chairs so that I'm not like this big and he's this big.
I'm 9 feet behind her right now.
I mean, he is behind me, but not that far behind me. Anyway, so since this is for a Christmas premiere, and thank you so much, Pippa, for including us in this, which I don't think she realized she got a 2-for-1, but hey!
Thanks, Pippa.
And if you guys are not watching the playlist, make sure you head over to her channel. I'll have her information linked down below, and then you can just play it from the playlist, and we'll go right into the next premiere, and there are 2 days worth of premieres happening.
Is Pippa a name, or is Pippa like a nickname?
I assume it's her actual name, but I haven't asked her.
For anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Pippa-niffany? Pippa-niffany? Questions we want to know, Pippa.
Get out of here.
Answer in the comments below. At me. Go ahead.
I can't. I totally forgot to put eyebrows on, so I have no eyebrows. Anyway, you guys, we're like, I don't know, 5-6 minutes into this, and we've done absolutely nothing except for just ramble, which, if you've been here before, what else is new? So, I figured we would start out this WIP and Chat, which, if you don't know what a WIP and Chat is, I am so sorry.
It's work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So, you pull out what you're working on.
That's true.
You could be cleaning your house.
True.
You could be folding napkins, polishing silverware.
Eating Christmas cookies. Driving.
Basting a turkey.
Sure.
You could be doing anything. You could even be working on a diamond painting, crocheting with us. You could be working on a custom Funko.
True. All of these things.
That's my business.
That's also not accurate. I was going to say you absolutely can. So yeah, pull out whatever it is that you're working on, whether it be a house project or a craft project, or if you are just hanging out and you want some company on this lovely...
Or if you have a child and they're enthralled by giants, you just put me on your screen.
Fun fact, so my husband is 6'4". I thought you were going to say fact, because that's usually something you do. And every little child looks up at him and they're always like...
My nephew had a Paul Bunyan complex with me.
He was like, can Uncle Brian fit in the house? And his brother, who's only like 5'9", was like, yeah. And then he's like, can Uncle Brian pick up a car? And I think your brother was like, yes, absolutely he can. And for a really long time, he thought so. Anyway, so while we're here and chatting and mainly rambling, let me know if you are here for the rambles. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Got nothing to say.
So I did not grow up celebrating Christmas. I still don't celebrate Christmas. I am Jewish. So, but my husband grew up in a household that did celebrate Christmas. So did you have any fun like Christmas traditions or Christmas stories?
So Christmas is always kind of the same. For most of my life, it was seeing the presents under the tree, and then Christmas morning, I was the first one awake as soon as the sun came up, and then I wasn't allowed to wake anybody up till 8 a.m. So it was basically just making as much noise as I could.
Did you get to help decorate the tree?
Yeah. So
did you guys get a say in the tree?
We did a artificial tree.
Okay.
We did an artificial tree, and then we switched over. We did 1 year where we did a real tree, and then never again.
Who nixed that? Your dad?
I think all of us did. It was just a pain in the butt. My mom, because constantly ended up cleaning, sweeping, everything. And then I think we were just like, never again. So then we got another artificial tree. But this one was like one of those fake snow-covered artificial trees.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird. It had a weird texture to it. It wasn't real snow. It was fake snow.
Was it?
Yeah. Not real snow.
Okay.
But,
by the way, we live in an area that does have real snow sometimes.
True.
I mean, we're at the end of December now and it hasn't snowed yet, but you never know.
Yeah.
Continue on, friend.
So, but we'd always put the tree up. I think it was the week, my birthday's early December, so it was usually the weekend of after my birthday. And I remember it was always pulling all these boxes out because we kept all the boxes in the crawl spaces upstairs and then carrying them down. We had a circular staircase, so carrying those boxes down circular stairs was fun. Not really. But
who was the most festive in your house?
Probably me.
Okay.
Me and my mom.
My husband is the youngest.
I am.
He's got a couple older brothers.
It was literally usually me and my mom putting up all the decorations. There was always, you know, the mainstays. There was, I remember making Rudolph in elementary school. We used the coat hanger and pantyhose, and like up until like we still had that hanging like, well, you know, it's 1920. So I mean, like this thing was 15 years old, you know, and still had it hanging up. And then Christmas morning, you know, like I said, I'd make as much noise as possible, and then I'd be able to get my brothers up, and they were dicks, but they, you know.
Okay, let's preface this. So when he was a little kid, his brothers, like when you were 8, both of your brothers were teenagers by then.
Yeah.
So like when it was
13.
like the exciting time for him to be celebrating Christmas, they were probably like, I just want to sleep in and have day off from school.
And one of my brothers was always sick on Christmas. Never the same one, but it was one of them was
well,
always.
It's funny because now your mom's always sick on Christmas.
Yeah. It's weird.
Let's knock on wood.
It's not me. Never me.
Is there anything that's wooden?
Probably this table.
You think so? It's an IKEA table.
Sounds
it's probably
wood-ish.
particle
Sounds
board.
Wood adjacent.
Wood adjacent. So, I know that this is not going to be any surprise to you, but I don't remember ever doing any like Christmas crafts at school because I didn't celebrate Christmas. I mean, I'm sure because everybody does something. I'm sure I did like a snowman, but when I lived in Lancaster, my neighbor 2 doors down said to me, do you want to come over and decorate the tree? So I want to say maybe my mid-20s, the first and only time I ever decorated a tree. I've made, with Denise, I've made ornaments before, but I don't celebrate Christmas. Like if that's not apparent. And I grew up in an area where quite a few families didn't celebrate Christmas. Now we live in an area where we are literally the only people that don't celebrate Christmas. But if you ever hear somebody talking about Jewish Christmas, this is how I spent, a couple decades of my life. It was the only 2 things, I don't know if it's still accurate, and it's certainly not for up here, but the only 2 things that are open on Christmas, Chinese, movie theaters. So,
Chinese movie theaters.
We would always go and either eat at a Chinese restaurant or get Chinese takeout. We would go to the movies. I mean, of course, as we got older, it was just like a day that we were home. It wasn't necessarily like, let's run to the movie theaters. But that's why a lot of movies have like premiered, not solely for the Jews, but also for the people who don't have anybody to spend Christmas Day with, or who want to break from the people they're spending Christmas Day with.
I know a lot of people, they'll do their gifts and stuff early, and then they'll go to the movies. And then usually somebody stays back and makes dinner. But like a group of people usually go to the movies. So it's not an uncommon thing, even if you celebrate Christmas, to go to the movies.
So I mean, like,
yeah.
We live in a very non-Jewish area. To the fact that I've had people, like, I'm the only Jewish person they've ever met. Well, I guess now my daughter's the second Jewish person they've met. And I've been asked questions that I think is odd. Like, are both your parents Jewish? Were you born Jewish? Why do you have blonde hair and blue eyes if you're Jewish? Like, I've had questions.
Why can't you do my taxes?
Anyway, I also forgot a water cup, so like the last like sip of coffee that I have here is pretty much all I have. So I'm gonna.
This water's delicious.
Probably have to.
It is actually 4 liters. It just looks like a normal size bottle on my.
No, it's not. See, like, look at it. It is a big. I mean, but look at the difference. So I'm holding it. It looks like this big. And I don't remember how many ounces this is.
I think it's like
32. I think
32.
It's
my 30.
Anyway, this is so rambly, but I don't even know what we were talking about anymore. But I did go to a Christian school. So I've been to church plenty of times in my life. I feel like people who are tuning into this for the first time are probably like, what the hell is up with the 2 of them?
So we're pretty
to answer
sure
your question, we don't know.
Most people around us don't celebrate this flying spaghetti monster religion. So we're pretty sure we're at least above the flying spaghetti monster people.
What about the reptilians? Do you guys believe in that? Do you believe that there's reptile people out there? And if you're like hearing this for the first time, there are people out there who believe there's an entire species
Justin Bieber.
Yes, of lizard humans.
Scott Foley.
Really?
I don't know.
I know Justin Bieber is supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
But let me know. Ooh, do you have any fun conspiracy theories you like? Because I know you like to read up on that.
Just the Denver airport.
Denver airport?
Yeah, like, if you've never heard of the, like, whole conspiracy theory around the Denver airport, and I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy, like...
But he likes to read them.
I like to read them, just because it's amazes me some of the stuff people believe. But the Denver airport one, like, I got sucked in for, like, an hour and a half. And, like, it's just crazy. Like, just look up Denver airport conspiracy theories, and it's nuts. Like, there's so much stuff that makes sense.
I mean, the Sleepy's mattress one's an interesting one, too.
Oh, the mattress firm.
Mattress firm, sorry.
Yeah, how there's, like, a mattress firm in, like, every 2 miles in cities, and, like, you never see customers there. That and the Outback Steakhouses in Phoenix, they're shaped in the pentagram.
Yeah. I think my go-to, if anything, would be the Rugrats one. Do you know about this? Which, oddly enough, I'm wearing... Yeah. I'm all business on top and party on the bottom. I'm literally wearing Halloween Rugrats sweatpants right now because this is our life when we're not outside of our house.
I have a 3-piece suit on.
That's not true. Actually, he did put a shirt on for this. And I shouldn't say you put on a shirt. You put on, like, a top shirt. He has, like, an undershirt he was wearing. If you guys have ever seen any of my husband's videos, which he does have a YouTube channel, he, like, almost never posts. But when he does, he loves your support. He's always wearing a black shirt, so I always have to be like, can you please let the people know that you own more than one black shirt? Actually, somebody asked you that once. But if you've never heard the one from the Rugrats, I'm talking about, like, the cartoon from Nickelodeon from the 90s. There's this whole theory out there that it was really, was it schizophrenia? Mm-hmm. And it was all, well, there's 2 different ones, but it was all Angelica's, like, brain fracturing, and these are things that she's come up with. And also one of the mothers, I don't remember the exact ones, but, like, I was reading them and I was like, whoa, these got, like...
I never watched Rugrats, so I read it, but I still, like... I was like, okay, I don't understand.
I loved Rugrats.
The Batman one where it's, Batman's actually in Arkham Asylum, and this is all going on in his head, and all the villains in Arkham Asylum are just, like, they're real people, but none of them have superpowers. Like, it was pretty cool. I read that one.
That's cool.
But
do you guys have a favorite conspiracy theory? And if you are, like, super into conspiracy theories, like, I mean, share your favorite down below. But I'm not necessarily saying I believe in this stuff. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, like, it's always cool to have a different point of view. That's, you know, like, we watched a whole documentary on Flat Earth. But then there's also things called...
Okay, hold on.
Middle Earth? Not Middle Earth. What's it called?
Yeah.
Well, Middle Earth's like Lord of the Rings. But it is like Middle Earth. Like, there's, like, a portal, not a portal, like an entranceway in Antarctica, and, like, in the center, maybe it's Center Earth conspiracy, but, like, the people grow to, like, 12 feet tall. There's still dinosaurs there, and, you know, because it's warmer, it's towards the center of the Earth. These people used to walk the Earth. That's why the statues on Easter Island are so big, is because it's based off of these people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, it's because I don't know if you knew, they dig under the heads in Easter Island, and they actually bodies these statues.
No.
Yeah, the statues.
Listen, all the knowledge that I know about them came from not Cooking Mama. So one of the Nintendo. Okay, you know what?
On Easter Island?
Yeah, because the singing one. Rhythm Heaven.
Okay.
Because they all sang. I got a little click counter here. By the way, I bought a 4-pack of these. I've got 1. My daughter has 2. I don't know where the 4th one went. My daughter really wants to crochet. Like, really wants to crochet. She's 4. I have no idea I barely know what I'm doing. My mother-in-law was watching me crochet today, and she's like, wow, you're really cruising. And I'm like, I literally have been doing the same stitch over and over and over and over and over and over for I don't even know how long now. And also realized while I was doing another project that I was doing the wrong stitch. If you guys know anything about crochet, I was doing a half double crochet and I was supposed to be doing a double crochet. And so, like, I literally, for this, I am just however many across, double crochet, chain, turn, same thing the other way until it's the size I need it to be at. And then there will be a boatload of these that I sew together. I love the self-striping yarn. Excuse me, that looks really fun. Oh, okay, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so I feel like this video has
I read a
zero
thing
flow.
online. And it was like, when you yawn, do you think deaf people think you're screaming? And I'm like, I never thought of it like that.
Yawns are contagious, though.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter always makes me yawn.
Oh, that's just because she makes us talk.
No, like she'll yawn and then I'll yawn. I also feel like, this might be TMI, but I feel like poops are contagious in this house. Like, she always has to go to the bathroom when I'm going to the bathroom. Or, like, if she comes in. So, our daughter, if you guys don't have any interest in this, we'll be quick. But our daughter likes to strip down when she goes to the bathroom. Like, just literally come in, like, kick off her shoes and just... And it's always like, oh, well, now I have to go. So, maybe it is contagious. Okay, so I have some fun questions. We haven't really discussed them, so I don't know how fun they'll be. But would you rather answer some fun never have I ever with the people, or some fun couples tag questions with the people?
We probably have time for both. Let's see never have I ever.
Okay, so we'll do. If you guys don't know, well, I guess this is going to be pretty anticlimactic since my cup is now empty. If you've never played Never Have I Ever, I will read the question and I will say never have I ever, whatever it is. Never have I ever gone live with DaddaMonster. Anybody who's gone live with DaddaMonster takes a drink. Now, obviously, we can't see you guys taking a drink, but there are plenty of emojis that you can use to let us know that you are having a beverage of some sort. This is going up early in the morning where I live, so let's see those coffee cups or those teacups, or like, I'm pretty sure there's a soda can. Maybe there's some water. I have no idea.
Never too early for whiskey.
I mean, I don't know. Is there a whiskey emoji?
If there's not, make one.
Okay. And these are all clean questions because, you know.
7 in the morning.
Yeah, it's true. I like that the number one option for this is sit in a circle. No.
All right.
So
we're going to sing Kumbaya.
Okay. Never have I ever gone skiing.
I've never gone skiing.
Then you don't drink.
That's why I didn't drink.
Oh. Never have I ever made up a fake language. I don't know if I did when I was a kid. I used to type in wingdings. From okay, I'm gonna age myself here. So Microsoft Word has, I think there's webdings and something else dings, but they're all, each letter is a different like image. It's basically like emojis, but like in the 90s and 2000s. And I would write them out like manually on a piece of paper and be like, nobody knows what these are, and they were like, my code. But if you had a computer and you had webdings, you could figure. No.
Still not drinking.
Never have I ever fallen out of bed in the middle of the night.
I've never fallen out of bed in the middle of the night.
What?
I've come close.
Really?
Yeah, I've never fallen
Even
out.
in your college days?
No, I mean, maybe when I was a kid, but like, I wouldn't remember it.
Oh yeah, no, mine definitely happened when I was older. I wish I had liquid in here of some sort. Never have I ever laughed so much it hurt.
Alright, I'll take a sip.
You guys, I have nothing left, so I'm just gonna cheers to you. Also not product
I
placement.
almost have too much water.
Oh my god. You're the worst. Do you want to pour some in here? Uh-oh.
I don't really have that much.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can pour it in there.
Okay. This is a partnership, so thank you, sir. I got... Oh, why is it...
Oh, it
blue?
had energy drink.
Oh!
It doesn't really taste like it.
I don't know if you guys probably can't see that. Nope. Okay, so...
I had Mio energy in there.
It's like light turquoise.
It's way out of our pipes.
No, incorrect. So, never have I ever seen a shooting star. I think so. Do you want to read some, or you want me to just keep reading them for us?
You can read them.
Okay. Stop trying to cheat.
I'm not. I can't even read.
Never have I ever hidden things under my bed. My mom. So I would go to summer camp. I started going to sleepaway camp when I was 5 years old. And I went till I was too old.
I still send you.
And then I became a camp counselor. And every year when I would come home, like everything from under my bed would be gone. And my mom... this is how you know I have an ADHD brain. My mom would put all the stuff away or get rid of the stuff. And I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, you have so much stuff under your bed. And I'm like, but I know exactly what's under there and where it is. I just didn't have anywhere else to put it. I'm still in there.
At least you're not bitter.
Although, I don't put things under our bed because that's where things go to die. our daughter dropped a My Little Pony down there. And I was like, well, it lives here now. And he's like, oh, I have to get it for her. So he's like laying on the floor with his arm outreached. I've got the flashlight on my phone. To get a My Little Pony that's like, what, 3 inches? Your hands make everything look big. Never have I ever broken a bone. What did you break?
My ankle.
Didn't you break your elbow?
I did break my elbow too, yeah. That was walking a miniature schnauzer. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Wait, your dog?
No, I was helping my mom. I swung by my mom's, I think, to go out to dinner. And she's like, oh, I have to take the dog out. I have to do a few other things. I'm like, well, I can take the dog out for you. So took her dog out, and it was icy out. But, you know, when it's like icy, but it's not precipitating.
Yes.
It just looks wet. It doesn't look icy.
That's the worst.
Stepped on a step. My whole body went out from under me. I caught
Were you an
myself.
adult or were you...
Oh, I was an adult.
Yeah.
I was probably like... Whoa, it was right when I worked at the Hot Topic at Colonial Park.
So I fractured my wrist in high school. I broke my wrist. I fractured my hip. Also in high school. You know those like pegboards you use to like climb up? My right wrist... My left wrist was always my bad wrist. I did gymnastics as a kid and I had issues with it. And so I put all my weight on my right wrist and I snapped my right wrist. I had to take a speed spelling science test. It was like the different leaves of the trees, but it was, you had to do it super quickly and you had to spell it correctly because it was the scientific names. And I had a broken wrist and somebody complained to like the principal because they let me like manually dictate it to the teacher because I was like, I have to write this left-handed. And it was a timed test. And I mean, like, you had like max 30 seconds in each one. I was like, 30 seconds it would take me to write my name. And then I fractured my hip running track. So, you know, there's that.
I broke my left ankle playing basketball.
Some of these are terrible. Like, never have I ever jumped off the diving board. Yeah.
Everybody's jumped off the diving board.
Never have I ever told a really bad joke. Who hasn't?
I've never told a bad joke.
Liar. Never have I ever done karate. I've done karate.
I mean, like, are you talking about like actual classes?
I took actual classes.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, sure, I've
I think I took
fighting.
Kenpo. Kenpo?
Kenpo, yeah.
I'm trying to think because my brothers and
My neighbor growing up, Kenpo. Then the po' boy. And karate.
Never have I ever seen the ocean. How about this? Never have I ever peed in the ocean.
I mean, I'm sure I have.
I mean, mine wasn't like this year or anything like that. Never have I ever stayed overnight in the hospital.
No, just January.
Well, you did.
Yeah, just in January.
I mean, I did when I had a baby, but other than that, I don't think I have.
I've been over at the hospital a couple times.
Never have I ever been in a natural disaster. I mean, we did survive the great earthquake of 20 whatever.
Yeah, remember when I had to go to managers conference that one year? You had the hurricane or whatever in Philly.
Oh yeah, in Jersey.
Yeah. Because I had to fly out a day early.
Oh my God, what was that called?
Hurricane.
I know. I can't remember which one it was called now.
Hurricane.
It's killing me.
Hurricane. No.
It's this one. Which means editing.
We'll bounce it, move it to the side, then bang it back. No.
Editing Lindsay will put it on the screen. Oh my God, I can't remember.
Ina.
No.
Irma.
No.
Edna.
Oh my God. This is killing me right now. I can't look it up because I'm using the tablet for this.
This has to be thrilling TV for people. They're yelling it at the screen.
Never have I ever stayed up all night. Yeah.
We used to have a thing in high school that it was called the lock-in. Literally, you stayed up.
We didn't do that.
We did. It was pretty baller.
Never have I ever been on a roller coaster. Did you do roller coasters?
Yeah, I did. You're talking to the people.
People, did you do roller coasters? So we live near an amusement park. We actually drove by it today, and my mother-in-law was talking to my daughter in the back seat. And she's like, "Look, there's all the roller coasters." And my daughter's like, "What's a roller coaster?" And I'm listening to her try to explain it. It's a ride that goes up and down like this. And then she's like, "I'm surprised she hasn't been on a roller coaster." I was like, the last time we were there, she was 2. I don't think she was big enough for the cat and mouse. Oh, here we go. Never have I ever ridden a tractor.
Oh, I've ridden a tractor.
My husband grew up on a farm, and every time we go and my daughter goes in the barn, she like climbs all over the tractor. And the one day my father-in-law just like took her for a ride like into the fields, and they came back because he had seen something in the distance. My father-in-law raises beef cattle, not to slaughter but to like breed. And
God, what year would that have been?
I don't know.
That's what I was trying to figure out the hurricane while you were talking.
I figured.
20.
I'm sure.
Hazel?
No.
Ida.
No.
Are you sure it wasn't Ida?
Yes.
Sure it wasn't Agnes? Sandy? Laura?
Sandy. It was Sandy.
Hold on. 2012?
Could have been.
Was I manager at that point? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I was.
we were married for 2 years by that point.
Okay. Back to your regular scheduled program.
I don't even know. Oh, so, and your dad saw something off in the field and he brought Briar back and then he hopped back on and we kept going. And our kid was so pissed. You guys, she thought like Grandpa was going out in the field to just hang out without her. She's like,
ride the tractor down.
She was so mad. And then he came back and of course she was fine. Never have I ever been in a helicopter. Nope.
No, I haven't been. We were trying to get a helicopter. When
yeah, okay, so we were going to go for one in our honeymoon. We went to Hawaii on our honeymoon. If you guys can't tell, just by looking at us, we're both fat. And we would have had to buy, I think at that time, one extra seat. If we did it today, we'd have to buy 2 extra seats. But I was like, I don't really want to spend this much money for us to just go. We also don't like heights, but you really don't like heights. Like, if it's simulated in a video game, he doesn't like it.
It's true. Makes me nervous. TV makes me nervous.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me as much. Never have I ever been on a zip line.
I've never been on a zip line.
Then you don't drink. You drink if you have.
Oh. I'll get it eventually. See, when I play this game with alcohol, I just like drinking.
Yeah.
They're like, you've never done anything. I'm like...
Never have I ever ridden a horse.
I've never ridden a horse.
Really?
No. Dad raised cows.
I was going to say, but you grew up in the country.
Yeah, it's not like...
No, you're not walking around with cowboy boots on.
What, do you think we're growing up in 1800 Texas where there's horses running free?
With the Oregon Trail?
Big piece of grass hanging out my mouth? Like, no.
Although I'm pretty sure I've seen your dad with a big piece of grass hanging out of his mouth.
You shot 47,000 pounds of buffalo. You can only take 50 pounds.
Well, I don't know what I just did, folks, so we're going to move on to the other thing that's in the email. Oh, that's an email telling me, buy something from my store. Ooh. All right, so here's some tag questions. How are we on time? Can you see what this is? Okay, we're good. We're about halfway through.
We have time.
If you guys have enjoyed this first half, stay tuned for the second half, where it'll surely be just as chaotic and more rambly.
We'll be back in 15 minutes. If you have to pee, now's the time. We'll wait for you.
Okay. So should we both do it like where we point to the person for like these questions?
Oh, is that like, first to fall asleep kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
If it's that kind of question, obviously, if
Remember
it's like...
we did that at our
wedding.
No, baby shower.
Yeah, with the shoes. We sat back to back, which isn't going to work here because I'm in a swivel chair, but I can't go any further. I can stare deeply into your eyes, though. If you ever want to creep him out, just do that. He's always like, what are you looking at? I'm like, you're cute. Like, can't I look at you? Earliest to go to bed.
I'd say that's both of us. We go to bed at the same time. So.
Yeah.
Like, very rarely do I go up before you or you go up before me. Sometimes you'll sleep straight through, but I wouldn't say it's a common thing.
I mean, I usually go up first just because your routine keeps you downstairs a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Earliest to wake up first. I'm going to say, I mean, you wake up like way before the alarm usually to pee.
Usually about 6.
But I would say I'm usually up first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How long have we been together?
At least a decade.
We've been together, like, dating since 2009.
So it is 2009.
And, 4509.
Yeah, 12 years.
And then we've been married since 2012. If possible, what would your partner eat every day? We're going to take health stuff off the table. If you could pick anything to eat every single day, it would be pizza.
That's true.
You can pick different toppings. I mean, if it was, like, literally, like, you can only eat one thing and no variations of it, I don't know that it would be pizza.
I don't think I could answer that. Just, you know, like, I love steak, but I can't eat steak every day. You know, like, but I think with you, wow, I don't know, maybe tacos?
It wouldn't even be savory.
You can't live on brownies.
It doesn't say that's the only thing you're allowed to eat.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, okay.
It says, what would your partner eat every day? Brownies would be my number one.
Okay.
Are you more of an edge or a centerpiece? Of
What,
brownies.
Oh.
I thought that was a pretty natural.
First when you said edge, I thought you were talking about the guitarist from U2.
No.
And then you're like centerpiece, and I'm like, what do they have in common? Okay. I'm more of an edge.
I think I'm more of a center. I'll eat any. If your partner could be married to a movie star, who would it be? You would be married to Scarlett Johansson.
You'd be married to Channing Tatum or Ryan Reynolds.
Yep. That's true. I mean, we're assuming that, first of all, they would marry us. And second of all, that they're not already married to their current spouses. Who is your teenage crush?
I don't know.
Joshua
Yours
Jackson.
was Joshua
Yep.
Jackson. Yeah, I knew that. I
Guys,
don't know, to be
Mighty
honest
Ducks.
with you. Maybe Carmen Electra.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Dennis Rodman era Carmen Electra? Yeah, I guess so. 90s?
Singled out era, yeah.
Well, I guess if I was going to ask you which singled out host you preferred, I guess.
Is that a question?
No.
Oh. I don't like
Jenny McCarthy?
I don't like Jenny McCarthy.
I would have taken Jenny McCarthy. She entertains me.
She doesn't.
If your partner could listen to one song for the rest of their lives, what would it be?
Jeez.
Ooh.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Answer to that. I mean, you could say one band. I don't
Taking
think
Back
one
Sunday.
song. No, you're thinking of brand new, but that's still not the answer.
That is what I was thinking of. Dad Vibes by Limp Bizkit.
I mean,
check out his Dad Vibes T-shirt in his Teespring shop.
My
it's
number
super
one
cute.
seller. I don't even know if I could pick a band.
I
A
don't
genre of music I could pick. I'd say rock.
Listen, if I could listen to one radio station for the rest of my life, it'd probably just be 90s on 9.
Yeah, I mean, that's
if
tough.
that puts anything into
You
perspective.
definitely can't say one song, because what am I going to say? Well, now, you know, I love Mo Money, Mo Problems, but I'm not going to listen to that for the rest of my life.
No. Listen, if this was like when I was like going through like heartache and like things like that, like I could listen to like Stained on repeat and like things like that. Okay. Anyway, if your partner could choose one thing for you to get rid of, what would it be? I can tell you what it would have been like a decade ago. Those baby pants. I used to have these pants. They actually belonged to my ex-boyfriend, but they were light blue. I want to say that they were supposed to be like sweatpant joggers before they were a thing. And my husband hated those pants. Like the crotch hung down to my knees. They
were super baggy in the thigh area and then super tight around the ankles. They were just terrible. Stupid looking.
And then I had an accident.
She pooped in them.
I mean, I can talk about this.
Everywhere.
I can talk about this now, laughing now. When it happened, it was not funny. They repaved our parking lot at our old apartment building, and they had no signage up for people coming from the parking lot.
Blacktopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I slipped and fell into hot tar all down my side. So whatever side I fell on, the whole side, butt, thighs, knees, like the whole whatever leg, right leg we'll say, was just covered in this, and it went on my shirt, like it burned my skin.
I'm picturing you like Tawny Katane in an 80s video.
No,
where
it was
rolling
not
around
graceful.
In a car wash,
it was not graceful.
Here it goes.
It was literally like one of those like, and then boom, hard down, and
then they came up to you with feathers and threw them on you.
I don't even remember if anyone came up to me or if I called you from my phone and I was like, I need help.
I didn't know it happened until you came
and I was
upstairs.
literally just weeping, like my skin like had like the rash burn from like hitting the pavement. It was bad. And then I got rid of those pants and you were like, thank God.
And I gave the guy $50.
But would there be anything now you'd want me to get rid of? I mean, there's nothing of yours that I'm like, I can't believe.
How about you get rid of 80 pairs of shoes? So only about half of them.
I mean, there's nothing really of yours that I'm like, I can't believe that you have that, or like, why do you still have that? I mean, you've got some underwear that's a little questionable.
My boyish charm.
Why would I want you to get rid of that?
I don't know. Jealous.
Of your boyish charm?
Of course.
If your partner was ever in jail, what would be the reason?
Mouth it off to. to the wrong person.
Me?
Yeah, 100%.
You probably punched somebody in
I
protecting
probably.
me or the baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'd kill somebody.
I'm not gonna ask this one. Who does the most housework? That's you.
By most, you mean any? It's me.
That's not true. What is your partner most likely to waste money on? Well, go ahead. What am I most likely to waste money on?
Crafts.
Yeah.
I won't just say diamond painting or crocheting because it's crafts.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yours would be collectibles.
Mine are investments.
Okay.
You've seen what my pop collection's worth.
Listen, one day when I'm super famous for whatever I'm super famous for, somebody will want this
Mouthing off to the
acrylic
wrong
sweater,
person.
or they'll want to buy my diamond paintings. I'm gonna want that. What is your partner's eye color?
Blue.
Green.
Yeah.
I know. What's your partner's favorite cuss word? Don't say it.
I was like, I've been told not to swear, but
Yours would be the S word. S-H-I-T.
I don't know.
Mine would be the F word.
Yeah, I can see the F
Okay.
word.
What's your partner's favorite movie? Your favorite movie...
Your favorite movie is Cable Guy.
Facts. Your favorite movie is... the one with this one.
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
That's right.
Just in case anyone's curious, he has a Edward Norton tattoo. Here, show
Okay.
them. Show the people. It's right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's why I was like pointing to his What's your partner's favorite thing about you?
We go to the next question. No, I'd say my favorite thing about you is how loving and caring and fun-loving you are.
Mine's easy. That you can reach the top shelf.
You said mine's TP, and I'm like, cool. You like
No,
toilet
I actually
paper.
do say that. I always say that I keep him around because he can reach the top shelf. And I can't tell you how many people have like looked at us and like discussed, and I'm like, that's not seriously at all why I keep him around. I love how like sensitive and loving and caring you are. You're a pretty dope dad too. I mean, I obviously didn't marry you for your dad skills because we didn't have a kid then, but what's your partner's least favorite thing about you?
We'll move to the next question.
You're going to say your least favorite thing about me is my clutter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. I don't know. You have to tell me your least favorite
Well,
thing.
you didn't tell me. I told you.
You knew it!
My least favorite thing about you is that when you get upset,
Mm-hmm.
you hold it in and you tell me till you're blue in the face that nothing's bothering you, and then you wait until it boils over and then you explode. Like,
All
you
right,
will
let's go.
always... And you can see, because his whole demeanor changed. I'll be like, I'm fine. I'm like, you are not okay.
You
Instead of saying, I want to talk later.
You know what? You know what's crazy? You can tell how much darker my skin tone is than theirs.
Listen, everybody's skin tone is darker than mine.
They're probably like, is he talking to a ghost?
That's why I said I forgot to put my eyebrows on earlier. Can you guys see them? I hope somebody's watching that
Here, I have
like
some
in real time.
pens.
Nope.
You can pick a lot of different colors,
I was
too.
gonna say, I feel like you don't. So let's talk about this. No, just kidding. We're not talking about eyebrows. What's your partner most likely to get famous for? Your artistic ability. Also, if he were to answer this question, he would love to say for his knowledge of baseball.
That's true. I would say for you it'd be...
This right here. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I would say for being an advocate for those who don't have voices.
Oh, don't be sad. This is supposed to be fun. What is your partner's most repeated phrase?
I'm not allowed to swear, right?
I think honestly.
Oh no! I got it.
Go ahead.
I have like 13 things in my hands. Everything's 13. Yeah, I'm doing 13 things right now.
Really?
Yeah, you always say 13.
Huh.
I have 13 things in my hands, Briar. I'm doing 13 things right now. There's 13 things going on every time. I'm always like...
I never noticed
Yeah,
that.
always 13.
I would say our most common phrases.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
it's really just us repeating our daughter.
Yeah.
Her big thing right now is, what did you say? Like,
Then it'll be like, Briar, tuck your shirt in. What shirt? The shirt you have on.
What did you say?
What did you say?
And she says it real accusatory. What did you say? And then you're like, Briar, you know what I said. Maybe later.
Maybe later. Not right now.
Not right now. That's our daughter.
Can I have a hug, Briar?
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
What is your partner's shoe size? 15.
Well, I know yours can vary depending on the shoe, but 8.5.
Wide.
Yeah.
What item of yours would your partner throw out at the first opportunity? Wasn't that already asked?
80 pairs of your shoes.
I feel like, wasn't that already asked?
Kind of, yeah.
What was your first road trip together?
Was that Cleveland?
I mean, technically it would have been like from here to Philadelphia, but that's not a road trip.
You lived in
Baltimore?
Did we go to Baltimore before we went to Cleveland?
Probably.
Okay. Either one, Cleveland or Baltimore.
What's your partner's favorite song? I don't know if I even have a favorite song.
This is like they ask what song can you listen to. Like, there's no such thing.
What's your partner's favorite sports team? Baltimore Orioles.
I don't even know if you have. I mean, I'd say you like the Orioles because of me.
Yeah.
You know, you're an
My
Eagles
football
fan.
team is an Eagle, yeah.
because your dad and me. So, I mean, like, I don't
know. Where did we meet?
At the Colonial Park Mall in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Do
you want to be more specific?
The Hot Topic. Colonial Park Mall in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Where did you share your first kiss?
Ooh, probably my apartment.
That's what I was going to say, too.
If I had to guess.
Where was your first date together?
Do we ever go out in town?
Yes.
Okay.
Who buys the best gifts?
Me.
I was going to say, it's definitely not me. This is one of those skills I don't have. and I want to be a good gift giver.
I told you why you aren't a good gift giver.
Why?
Because you're the same as your mother in this instance.
I don't agree with this statement at all. Go ahead.
Because if you don't think it'd be fun or a good gift, you don't get it. Well, this could be exactly what this person wants, but you go...
I don't agree with that. I think I have more trouble... Like, if I say, what do you want for X, Y, and Z, and you tell me, like, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to go get that, unless it's, like, out of the price range.
I always love baseball cards. How many times have I ever gotten baseball cards as a gift?
Okay, well, tell me which specific baseball cards. By the way, there's, like, 7,000 different kinds of baseball cards out there. Although, let's be honest, you've gotten, like, an autographed Chris Davis baseball bat from me. Like, I've done some baseball stuff for you.
Why isn't the store with you?
But I paid for it. And then I made him... I said, you can't have this until your birthday. And then I gave it to him like 2 days later. No, my mom is the kind of person that if she's like on a registry and she doesn't like any of the things...
You won't do that.
I won't do that at all.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Like if somebody says, this is the exact item I want, that's what I'm going to get them.
Her mom will go, no, I don't like that, so let's get them this.
But I definitely have more trouble being like, this is what I think would be a great gift for you or my mom or whoever. I'm not a super big gift person. I don't really go around, like, my love language is not, like, giving things to people. And subsequently, like, I'd much rather have, like, a great experience or a great meal than, like, a present.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love gifts, but, like...
Oh, we went out for your birthday. I was like, when did we just go out to eat together?
Yes, that was my birthday. That was the first time. Who calls their parents the most?
You. You call my parents the most also.
Yes.
Except for my dad. I call my dad.
That's because he doesn't answer when I call.
Correct. He'll see it's a sick...
I have a different area code than my husband. And I don't have a local number. I have a number from when I grew up. I've had the same phone number for 23 years. And I don't want to get rid of it. Who chooses where you eat for dinner? Well, it's different now because we have a kid. We have to be more specific about it now. Yeah. But I think before it was pretty split. The hardest thing is figuring out what you want to eat. And then from there being... Because, like, if I'm like, oh, man, I want sushi, I'm not going to be like, let's go to a burger joint.
I saw somebody... They're like, I have an idea for an app where it's like Tinder, but with restaurants where you and your significant other can swipe. And then whatever, it'll tell you it's a match. And I'm like, that's genius. Like, why is that not invented? Don't invent and not give me credit, because then I cannot give the other guy credit that I saw came up with the idea. All right?
Okay. Who chose your current car?
You did, 110%.
I bought a car.
I went to test drive. She came up to me and goes, I think I bought a car.
I test drove the car, then I signed the paperwork right away.
I mean, kind of thinking you buy a car is kind of like, I think I kind of killed somebody.
Who does the grocery shopping most of the time? Now it's us as a family.
Yeah.
Beginning of the pandemic, it was you because I didn't go anywhere. Pre-pandemic, it was always me.
Yeah,
unless you run to the store to get something.
I enjoy grocery shopping. You don't. So.
Well, that's because I always had a tiny human with me.
You didn't like grocery shopping.
Who does the laundry? I do.
You.
Who has the craziest family?
They're each crazy in their
For
own
different
way.
ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's better at keeping secrets?
I'm great at keeping secrets. It's just like anything, though. You don't keep.
Here's the thing.
You don't keep a secret from your spouse.
That's what I was just gonna say. If you say, Lindsay, I have to tell you a secret, I'm not gonna tell it to anyone, except for Brian's already heard it.
Correct.
And vice versa. Unless it's like a secret to keep from Brian. Like if somebody's like, don't tell Brian, but this is what I'm getting him for his birthday. I'm not gonna be like, hey, just so you know.
No, yeah.
Unless... And if somebody was trying to tell me something like detrimental to you, I'd be like, I have a problem with this. But who's better at sports?
Depends on the sport.
Yeah.
I've never ice skated in my life. I've never skied. But
I think as like an overall, like, look, we're not talking about like these bodies now, but my husband was an athlete in his younger years. I was an athlete in my younger years. But I think that the span of sports that I did was much broader than yours. I did much more, like, different kinds of sports, but you were really good at what you did. Who dresses better?
Because we both have pajama pants on and a t-shirt, I'd say it's a split down the middle.
Listen, I definitely dress better. Who's more likely to be running late? Take Briar out of the picture. You.
Yeah, but even so, I don't run late. I don't.
You know when he runs late? When we have to leave the house to be doing something is when something miraculously went wrong. Also, like pre-child, I was that person that was like, if we don't leave like 10 minutes early, we're already late. Now I'm like, oh my God, we have to go. We needed to leave 10 minutes ago. We still haven't, like...
Yeah, but we're rarely late, even with a kid.
Who's more likely to get a traffic ticket?
You.
You think so?
You speed more than I do.
Who's more likely to kill a spider?
Neither of us.
Probably me.
Briar.
I would kill a spider.
Yeah.
But if it was like a millipede, centipede, anything like that,
I mean,
that's
I'll
you.
kill any bug. I don't care.
Who's more romantic?
I'd say each of us are in our own way.
Okay. I thought you were going to say I'm not romantic at all, and I was about to give you, like, death eyes.
I'll leave it in the comments below.
Who do you guys think is more romantic? Listen, there would be more romance in our life if we had the ability to, like, have somebody take our kid and us be able to go do things. Sam's baby. Like, listen, I love my kid more than anything, but it's real hard to have a romantic date night with your husband when your 4-year-old's the third wheel and screaming. Also, also being on the floor calling herself Spider-Man. Fun fact. That happened this week. Who's pickier about where you live? Neither of us.
We both kind of.
So we have this house, which, whatever. It's not necessarily about, like, where we live, but it was, like, the amenities. Like, neither one of us will do gas heat or oil heat again.
Yeah, we've learned.
I won't move into a house that doesn't have central air. Who's the better cook? 100% Brian. Who prefers to cook? 100% Brian. Who's better in the kitchen? 100% Brian. Being in the kitchen brings me massive anxiety. Who's the better dancer?
Probably you.
Yeah. Although, our daughter has some pretty sweet moves.
Yeah, she
Her
does.
favorite move is the shaking the butt and then looking at it while she does it. Don't know where that came from. Who's the better kisser? Me. That hurts. Who's the loudest?
Loudest. Oh, just loudest? You.
Who's the meanest?
You.
Oh, it's not the messiest!
It said the messiest?
It says messiest, but I said meanest.
Well, let's answer
Also
you
me. Who's the most organized? Him. Who loses the most? Me. Who loves the other more?
Me.
You love me more?
I don't think I don't. You can't say that to people. I hate saying I love you more just because it's stupid.
Who made the first move?
You, I don't know.
Me. 100% me. Who makes the bed? Nobody. If it gets made, me.
Yeah.
So one of the secrets to a great relationship, you've heard it here first from the Life.W.Lindsay DaddaMonster marriage handbook, is 2 blankets.
And also, if you are a make your bed person and your significant other is a not make your bed person, you can't exist. You have to be on the same page with that. my brother's a make your bed person, and it used to anger me when I'd see him make his bed every day. I'd be like, "What is wrong with you? It's just gonna get unmade." I don't know. I'm not a make your bed person.
I don't mind making the bed, like, if there's a reason for it,
Yeah.
like people are coming out. Not that anyone should be in my bedroom anyway, but of course I'm going to make my kid make her bed because I was made to make my bed. But what's the point of me making my bed when I'm just going to crawl in later and go to sleep?
I would agree.
We got a few more minutes. Okay. Who mows the lawn? You. Fun fact. I have never used an actual lawnmower in my life.
Fun fact, she did. She mowed about 10 feet of our yard where we used to live.
I was going to say that was with...
And pissed and moaned.
That was not with the lawnmower. That was with the weed whacker, wasn't it?
That was with the lawnmower.
Okay.
And then I tried to show you how to weed whack, too, and you were like,
I got scared.
Hard. Yeah.
I got scared. Okay, well, who picks your vacation spot?
I'd say we just talk about it, and then I don't know if we've ever... Other than you wanted to go to Cleveland to see a traffic center.
That's a true story.
And, I mean, like, Baltimore because I'm an Orioles fan. So, I mean, like, we kind of just agree
We needed to go somewhere that was within driving distance, which, I mean, everything's within driving distance, but we only had a limited amount of time.
I mean, we'll disagree. Like, our two big trips were Hawaii and Alaska. Mm-hmm. And if you're asking me where I wanted to go again, I'd say Hawaii. Alaska.
Yep.
So, I mean, we meet in the middle and go to San Diego.
No. And we each have different, like, dream vacations. But I think that we, like, I wouldn't be mad if we went to your dream vacation. You wouldn't be mad if we went to my dream vacation. No. But Brian hates Vacation Lindsay.
I do.
More than anything. Vacation Lindsay plans every minute of every day. Brian is like, I just want to lay on a beach. I want to do nothing. It's a lot harder now with a kid because you kind of have to have stuff planned. But you have to be smart about what you're planning because you can't do too much stuff or like they get overwhelmed and tired and, but oh my God, cruise, Lindsay on a cruise is my favorite. They put the little itinerary under the door and you're like, oh my God, I can do this and this. And he's like, he hates Vacation Lindsay. Who planned the honeymoon? Other people?
Yeah, we were kind of gifted our honeymoon.
Yeah, our honeymoon was gifted to us. We had free airfare.
And then
we had a free hotel stay.
The only thing we had to do was the, excursions. And
which I think even some of those were paid for.
We used the gifts we got from our wedding to pay for those, but yes. Yeah. So, yeah, our I think we discussed going to Hawaii, but we had family friends that had timeshares in Hawaii, so.
Who remembers families, friends' birthdays?
Facebook.
It's terrible we both just said that. Who said I love you first?
Me.
And then he took it back. And then he said it again like a week later. Who spends more money?
Yeah, it's an equal thing. No, that's an equal thing.
You think so?
I just hide my purchases better. My purchases are smaller than
yeah, I mean, when I have 52 poly mailers showing up from like small shops or like a giant box from Diamond Art Club. Although I will say, he's never been one of those people that's like, why are you still buying diamond paintings when you have a stash over there or like whatever? Because he knows if he gives me crap about it, I'm going to be like, then how come we have 700 pops? These are all real, by the way. And the number is much closer to...
It's over 800.
Okay, so it's over 800
808.
Pops. Who spends more time on social media?
You.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who watches TV the most? You. Okay, so when we put her down for a nap, you usually stay downstairs and watch a little bit of TV, and I come right up and
I'd say that's when I catch up on my social media. Is when I'll put her down.
Who works out more?
Neither of us.
Who would drive on a road trip? Depending on where we were going, we would split it.
Probably.
But if it was a short, like, if Baltimore's like an hour and 15 minutes from us, who has more clothes?
I do better in city driving than she does, so that's why I tend to do the driving.
Okay, there's a few more left. Who would drive on or who has more clothes? Me. Who has more shoes? Me.
Yeah.
Celebrity crush, we already said that. Yeah. Whose idea was it to play this game? Mine. Worst habit of your partner? Well, you already know what I'm going to say. He smokes.
I do.
I don't know what my worst habit is.
I think that's unorganized.
Okay. Would your partner prefer dinner or a movie? Like someone else cooking it? Because like I wouldn't just be like, Brian, do you want to watch a movie?
Performing the movie for us. I mean, like,
can we have dinner and a movie?
I don't know why. I mean, if you were going to tell me I had one and the other, I'd have a big lunch and then watch a movie. Okay. You can't have a big movie and then watch it on dinner, you know?
All right, here's the last question. If your home was on fire and everyone important was out, what one item would your partner go back in and save? I feel like you would pick up something at sports memorabilia. Bear. Was it? Mm-hmm. We'll tell you guys the story of Crosby and Bear in a future WIP Chat. That's all we've got for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and that hour flew by and that you've made it all the way to the end. Whatever time of day it is where you are, cheers to you guys, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it 2 thumbs up. One real life, one virtual. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Come, join the Sparkle Squad. And while you're there, hit that notification bell.
Ding.
I do not operate on any sort of schedule. I operate on toddler standard time, and I record when my tiny human is sleeping, or like today, sleeping. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you on our next one. Bye, guys!